I think these three things at the moment are actually saving me. Hi, welcome to my channel, Your Life, Your Terms, where I'm making myself accountable by doing these videos of rebuilding my life and building my financial freedom at the age of 62. Welcome back. Right, just to bring you up to date, I think I explained in my previous video that a lot's been happening in the last, I think, coming up 4 weeks now. While I'm trying to do those things, my long term partner, nearly 40 years, decided that she wants to move on. So, as you can imagine, my head's been in a bit of a spin these last few weeks. Um, and I've had a lot to deal with, to be honest, because it throws you obviously off course. I've had to start talking, trying to get all the solicitors. They only go at their own pace, and whereas obviously for my own mental health, and I'm trying to get that moving, nice and quickly. But the only thing is, solicitors, as I said, go at their own pace. Um, we've had valuations for the property because we've got to get that moving, and then start deciding on figures. We've got 101 stuff to sort out. Who gets what. What else have we had to deal with? What else? Just looking at my notes here. Yeah, estate. Yeah, basically, loads of stuff really. So, and and at the same time, obviously, what I'm trying to do is keep my momentum going with trying to build my financial freedom as well. With with my main vehicle being property, sending out, speaking to contacts, trying to keep myself busy on that respect. Um, because I've got to try and keep that going as well. So perhaps I've been trying to, keep, put in too much. People on this channel have also, I've had quite a few good comments. So thank you very much for the people that have commented on my journey and what's happening. Some lovely words, some lovely people out there making some lovely comments about, you know, good luck. You'll get through it. You're very brave going what you're through, doing what you're doing. Just keep it together, brother. Loads of really kind words. So thanks very much for that. And that does generally mean a lot to me. Um, so as I said at the beginning of this video, there's three things that I think are helping me at the moment when I think about it. Now, these are not new things. These are things, that everyone knows of. And I'm not trying to teach you anything. This is just my experience of what's happening to me, things that have helped me, things that have not helped me. And if they've helped me, they can help you as well. So you just take out of it what you want. So I'm not, trying to preach or anything like that. This is, not asking anyone to feel sorry for my situation. There's people out there in much tougher situations going through, some horrible things, and you know, there's always someone else worse off, and but this is just happening to me right now. And obviously I've made good days, bad days, but the three things that I think are helping me, and I'll leave the best one to the end, or not the best one, that's not the right word, but the one I think is the most important. And again, it's only my opinion. The first one I think is the importance of keeping busy. Again, I know it's obvious, but when things happen like this, and well, this is the only the this is the first time this has ever happened to me. But what I found was keeping busy has been vital, because the fact I've got so many things to do. Obviously, when I'm at work, I work a 4 day on, 4 day off, and I work 12-hour shifts. So there's not much else I can do anyway apart from coming home, have something to eat, go to bed. So that helps. But on my days off, I'm trying to keep out of any, what's the word that I'm looking for? Situations where it can come a little bit toxic, or like, I'm trying to keep out of each other's way. Well, I'm trying to keep out of her way. But it's hard on the days off, especially if she's got days off. So I'm keeping myself as busy as possible. As I said, dealing with all the house side of it, and the property side of it. Um, and trying to keep myself positive, really. But keeping busy, I think, is vital, because when you concentrating on one thing, um, you tend to it helps you block out all the horrible stuff that's going on in the background. I think other people call this situation, until obviously she actually goes her own way, and I'll go mine. The messy. This is the messy time. Um, but I am finding though, as every day goes by, I'm just getting a little bit stronger. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I am. I think I am. Obviously, I'll keep you posted on that. Um, the second thing I think is the importance of um, friends and family, and work colleagues. All of them people have been, really good, and it's not necessarily, you know, pouring your heart out to these people. It's just, I think the importance of, if I had to nail it down, it's just the importance of talking to someone. Um, I've spoke to, I don't mind, telling you who I've spoke to. I've spoke to what the number 111 on the phone, where you can talk to people who, if you're a bit concerned about yourself, emotionally. Um, you can talk to people there, really lovely, helpful people. But just talking to a friend, a work colleague, letting them know what's happening, even if it's for 5, 10 minutes. I don't know, every time I've done that, it's just made me, I could feel that, the weight off my shoulders a little bit. Because what I found is, anything you're thinking that's going on in your brain or imagining, once you talk to someone, they can say, well, look, it may not necessarily be like that. It may be like this, or, what helped me in the past was, etc., etc. And you just feel, and after the conversation, you do. I felt it's helped me. That bit of weight just come off your shoulders. So that's really helped me. I found. So as I say, it just doesn't have. It could be anyone. If you haven't got. I mean, I haven't got a big family or a big group of friends, but what people I've spoke to have helped. So even if you've only got a couple of people that you can speak to, or if you've got no one, and there's helplines, please, my recommendation would be, from my experience, just talk to someone. Just do it. Make a big difference. Has to me anyway. Now, the one the one thing that I think has really helped me above all the others, and again, this is obvious, and you can say, well, yeah, that's obvious, isn't it? I think is sleep. Sleep. I've heard it said before that everything starts from sleep. If you've got to find a way, and I know it's not easy, because for the last few weeks my stomach's been like a churning over with that sicky horrible feeling, not because of not knowing what's going to happen next. Um, Worrying about the future, worrying about loads of things, gives you that horrible sicky feeling. Um, if you're not eating properly, things like that. All these things can affect your sleep, and because obviously your mind's going into overdrive. You lay to go to sleep, and your mind won't switch off. So I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy, but somehow, some way, if you can just get a good night's sleeping, that's got to be your main priority if you're going through something like this. That's been my experience anyway. If you get that good night's sleep, it makes a huge difference. Because what I found is, on the days that I've had, bad sleep, or the night before I've had a bad sleep, them days, my emotions are just sitting on the surface. So yeah, so anything can, get you down or emotional, because your emotions are just under that surface. Whereas if you had a good night's sleep, you built that armor up. That's how I look at it. On your body, you built it up. You're strong. You can take, what's coming next, or 99% of it. That's how I feel once I've had a good night's sleep. And if you get even one night's good night's sleep, it's a start. You can build from that. But I think it's absolutely vital. As I said, I know it's not easy, but I've found is my main priority, to get that sleep in. Gives you the energy to get through the next day as well. So not only have you got your emotions under control, you've got your energy to get through the day. Especially when you've got work, like some of my work, or most of my work, is quite, energetic. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it needs energy. Put it that way. So yeah, I've got to have that. Got to have me night's sleep. You can think straight. Your mind don't start imagining things that's not there. You don't get that cloudy thinking. You're thinking sharper. So I think out of that is the vital one, for me anyway. At the three, they're all vitally important, but that last one, as I say, I know it's obvious, but believe me, it's worked for me, and it can only work for other people. Yeah, so they're my lessons from that, really. What I've experienced, near enough coming up 4 weeks now. So I'm going to keep going. The lessons I've learned are in them three things that have helped me. They're my lessons that's helped me, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep updating you, and I'm going to get through this, and I'm going to build my financial freedom and my goals, and I'll update you as and when they come, up. If you going through something similar, I think I said on my other video, please connect. You can help me with stuff maybe that I haven't thought of, and vice versa. You can ask me anything about my experience. Let's get through this together. Thanks for listening again. Remember, it's your life. Live it on your terms. That's what I'm doing. Thank you. Speak to you next time.